What's going on, everybody? This is Joe.
And Amy.
And we are back with another draft. The last one went super well, so we're coming right back and doing it again, because why the hell not? We got Godzilla Doom Inevitable, a.k.a. Yadara Wandering Monster.
Nice.
That's the turtle.
Huh.
So now it would be Godzilla instead of the turtle. But that's our... Obviously, it's cosmetic only. And we opened an ultimatum in Genesis Ultimatum.
Oh.
Green, green, blue, 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 red, red for a sorcery at rare. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put any number of permanent cards from among them onto the battlefield and the rest into your hand. Exile Genesis Ultimatum.
Jesus. Okay.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So that's one of our options. It kind of marries us to the colors that we're playing, and by that I mean it definitely marries us to the colors that we're playing, but that's probably not that bad. Swallow Whole is very good as well. 1 white for a sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, tap an untapped creature you control to exile target tapped creature, and we put a +1/+1 counter on the creature that we tapped, the untapped creature that we control, that we tapped, to pay this spell's additional cost. We have the Frill Scare Mentor, which is another of the Mentor cycle. So we had 2 in our last deck. This is the red one.
This is one I haven't seen yet.
2 in a red for a 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, put a menace counter on target non-human creature you control. And then, as with all the Mentors, 2 and a red, tap it, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control with menace.
Okay. Not my favorite thing.
Okay. I mean, Menace wants to be in the red-black deck. I mean, look, directly underneath it is a black creature with Menace. There is an uncommon Lord that has Menace, and that makes all of your Menace creatures unable to be blocked except by 3 or more creatures, which we have come across in the past.
Okay.
And then there's the Regal Leosar. Red-white for a 2/2 dinosaur cat, or mutate 1 red-red, white-white, or white-red. Whenever this creature mutates, other creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. And then other cards that stand out, I mean, Dream's Tail Heron is cool, Gust of Wind is cool, Cavern Whisperer, and Adventurous Impulse. You got your Giraffe as well. Yeah. So but I would say of the 3 uncommons and the rare, what are you looking at?
Swallow Hole?
Okay. You like that better than the big scary marries us to 3 colors card?
Yeah, I don't like that shit. It's too over the top.
Okay. Alright, Swallow Hole it is. Well, we followed up with a white card if you want as an uncommon.
I do like that card a lot.
It's very good. 3 and a white for a 3/4. It has mutate of 2 and a white. Whenever this creature mutates, other creatures you control get +X/+X, where X is the number of times this creature has mutated. So there's that. There's also the Footfall Crater in red.
It's whatever.
Yep. And the Boneyard Lurker in black-green.
He's good.
Or black or green if you want to only have it as mutate.
Yeah.
Then there's the Vantasaur. Yeah, Capture Sphere is great.
Yeah.
Fire Prophecy is great.
Oh my gosh.
Brushwog, Adventurous Impulse, Lurking Deadeye, like you've got
This is
things.
difficult.
You think so?
Yeah, there's so many things here that I like that are good.
Okay. But do you want to stick with white?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I just picked that one because that was the only one I didn't hate.
Okay.
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, because I like the Liger a lot, and we really haven't gotten a chance to play that. But Capture Sphere is always going to be good. Fire Prophecy is always going to be good. Adventurous Impulse is pretty good a lot of the time. The Lurker is pretty good a lot of the time. You know?
Yeah.
Tried and true stuff.
Yeah.
Brushwog, even.
Yeah.
Even though I don't really like him because he's hideous. He's a good card.
Yeah. Do you want some help or you want to keep thinking it out?
Yeah, I at least want to know what you think.
I think it's the Liger.
You do?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good. Good.
It sticks with your colors. It's an uncommon. It's good. Okay, so there's this Majestic Auricorn as well.
That's a great card, too. And
Yep.
we've only very infrequently played that one.
Correct. And there's Boon of the Wishgiver.
That's a good card.
Yep. And there is the Ketria Crystal, which we probably would have taken if we took the Ultimatum, which was in those 3 colors.
Right.
Those are the uncommons. Obviously, at common, you have Dreamtail Heron. If you were in the cycling deck or wanted to be in the cycling deck, there's Snare Tactician. Mutual Destruction's pretty good. I know you like Fully Grown.
Yeah.
Lava Serpent is nice.
That's kind of it out of here.
Yeah.
But I think the Auricorn is fine. It's
Yeah, for me, it's between the Auricorn and the Boon, and Auricorn is within our colors, so it gives us a chance to choose a different color as our second color if, blue doesn't otherwise seem open. So...
I feel like the Boon's a little expensive, but that's me.
Well, it's got cycling as well.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
For if you have it early. Here's that Lord I was talking about. Menace, each creature you control with Menace can't be blocked except by 3 or more.
Yeah, we've seen him a number of times.
Right. There's Jubilant Skybonder.
Oh, this card's good.
Yeah. It's very good.
And I wouldn't have to play blue if I picked this.
Correct. I mean, it incentivizes you to because it rewards you for having flyers, and flyers are going to be in blue-red, or blue-white, excuse me.
Okay.
There's also Of One Mind.
Which is great.
There's Neutralize, not Convolute. Neutralize, which is just a flat counterspell, and it has cycling.
Great. Anticipate's good.
Anticipate's good.
It's definitely not better than Neutralize.
No, and it wouldn't pull you into blue. Like, Neutralize probably wouldn't either, maybe, but Jubilant Skybonder is probably the best thing in here for you, I think.
Definitely.
Okay. There's an Ominous Seas.
Ooh.
We know how good that card is. There's also another Of One Mind.
Oh, damn.
Of note, I mean, red cards, you got a 3/1 and a 1/1 that makes you a 1/1 human soldier when it dies.
White cards.
What did I say?
You said red.
Yeah, I know my colors. I promise. I'm an adult human.
Well, the background's kind of reddish.
It's fine. You don't have to justify it. I messed it up and it's fine.
I love you so much.
I love you too. Those posters that they have sometimes as like, or pictures online or whatever, where it's like words of colors written out, but the letters are colored in a different color.
Yeah, it's like a brain teaser or whatever, and they're trying to like trick you.
I am the literal worst at those. I cannot do anything with that at all. So my brain just kind of like ties itself in knots, and then I just go in a corner and cry.
See, those don't really affect me very much.
I'm terrible.
Well, because I'm very, very visual. So, if I'm seeing colors or images, that's very separate to me from text.
Sure.
If I'm reading, that's very separate for me.
Got it.
So I'm good at those, but it makes me terrible at like memorizing things because text doesn't
stick with you that way.
Yeah, it doesn't stay in my mind the way colors and pictures do.
Sure.
So that's why when I like do flashcards or stuff like that, I try to like get the colored flashcards so I can like remember the color so I can correspond it with the word or definition or whatever.
Really interesting. So
and
yeah,
I color code things a lot to help me understand them.
Let us know. Are you a Joe, an Amy, or something else different in how you remember things? All of this to say, I assume you're taking Ominous Seas.
Yes, I am.
Ooh, this isn't even our opening pack, and Regal Leosar came back.
That's awesome.
And there's no other.
Play him, can we?
Well, technically, the mutate is 1 white if we want it to be.
Whenever this creature mutates, other creatures you control get +1 or +2/+1 until end of turn.
Correct. And the only other real option, like this card's bad.
+1 +2/+1.
Yeah, thank you, Tim Curry. 1 white for an instant, choose one. You gain 4 life, destroy an enchantment, or put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Like, it's not great. So, or Farfinder, of course.
Oh. Yeah, Farfinder.
Farfinder is a 3-mana 1/1 with Vigilance, and when it enters, you can search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle.
Okay, well...
But you're probably going to see more common Farfinders than uncommon Regal Leosars, except for the fact that there's already one other floating around that we know about.
Well,
if it hasn't been taken.
All I'm saying is, like right now, we're not going to need the Farfinder because we're only in 2 colors.
Correct.
But if we take this Regal Leosaur, we might need stuff like that.
Might.
Whatever, we're taking it anyway. It's the best.
Sure is. Okay, interesting. So in blue and white, you've got Convolute and Helica Glider. Helica Glider gets flying or first strike, and it's a 3-mana 2/2. And I'm skipping past the 1/4 vigilance here on purpose.
Which one would you take?
That's an interesting question. You know what? I would take the creature
Okay.
only because we have a lot of higher end mutate so far.
Yeah.
And mutating onto this makes whatever we put onto it have either flying or first strike based on the counter that we choose.
Fine.
What do you mean fine? You would rather have Convolute?
No, I'm not saying that.
Oh.
But yes.
Jesus. Okay. Well, hey, you could also do white, blue, red, crystal.
I sure could.
Or another Convolute. Or a second chance at a Convolute, I should say.
Or the Tigerilla.
If you really want to dip that heavily into red, sure.
Brushwog.
4 colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going 5 colors.
Please don't.
I'm not. Ooh. We got this crystal too early for me to decide.
Why do you say that? It allows you to play 3 colors.
Yeah, but we only have 1 card with red in it.
So far.
But I definitely want to play that Ominous Seas. Take the crystal.
Hey, would you look at that?
Oh my god.
I told you it was coming around.
That's
this
so
one,
good.
So this one came late, right?
Yeah.
That's considered a signal. You read the signals. This is
Right.
not a real draft, but it is.
Right.
You read the signals, right? And you realize that, hey, no one seemed to like this. And based on when we got it, right? This is pick 9. And we got this, 3 picks ago or 2 picks ago?
Yeah.
So it means everybody but 2 people at the table saw it and didn't take it.
Right.
So it was likely that Regal Leosar, unless it was taken by the person to our left or the person to their left, it was likely that they didn't take the other one either.
Right. Well, we're taking it. It looks like green's pretty open too, though.
Kind of. So there's only really one choice for us.
Okay, that's not a terrible card.
I agree. Green, blue, red, or Sleeper Dart.
I guess the crystal.
Yep. Coordinated charge, +2/+1 to the team, or cycle for 2.
Oh, they
And-
don't have to be humans.
No.
Ooh,
Anticipate, or Phase Dolphin.
no. Definitely the charge.
I like it.
I like it too.
Garrison Cat or Shredded Sails.
What's the Garrison Cat?
1/1 for 1, and when it dies, we get a 1/1 human.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a good 1-drop.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay, we can take that.
Well, I guess we take this.
Yeah, I guess.
And a land for the sideboard. Pack 2. The Sultai colors. 2 of the colors we're not playing.
We don't need that.
Well, we have a lot of... Holy crap, we have a lot of choices. All right, so there's a Neutralize.
Great.
Pouncing Shore Shark.
Great.
4 and a blue for a 4/3 with Flash. Or we can mutate it. 3 and a blue. Whenever this creature mutates, you may return a creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. Or Porcuparrot. 3 and a red for a 3/4, or mutate for 2 and a red. Tap, this creature deals X to any target where X is the number of times this creature has mutated.
Also great.
Also of note, Day Squad Marshal is fine. It's a 3/3 for 4, and you get a 1/1 along with it when you play it. Anticipate Glimmerbell of One Mind.
Shark.
Yep. I agree. Third Leosar. If we
Oh my
want it.
god. I guess we're taking it.
Oh my god, that's funny.
You know what? We'll make him our companion, and we'll get rid of everything but Leosaurs, and just our entire deck will be Regal Leosaur. Do it up. Do it up.
Okay. All right, so we can get a Sanctuary Smasher, 6/4 for 6 with First Strike, or cycle it for 3 and put a First Strike counter on target creature you control. We can get, technically, the Sonorous Howlbonder, although we don't have a ton of Menace, but we could do 1 red for a 2/2 Menace, if we wanted to. Or another Helica Glider, an Imposing Vantasar, Spontaneous Flight, +2/+2 until end of turn, flying permanently, a 1/4 with Vigilance, or a Convolute counterspell. Technically also an Adaptive Shimmerer, but it's a 5 mana 3/3 with Flash.
Not good.
Correct. It is not
Pretty, but it's not good.
Right.
Is it weird that I like the Spontaneous Flight here? Like, am I really stupid for saying that?
Well, that's a little rude. I don't think you're stupid. So look at what Spontaneous Flight does. +2/+2 until end of turn, flying permanently. Or you could play Helica Glider, which would be a 2/2 with flying permanently. So you'd rather have the creature to be able to mutate onto with this, or this, or this.
Yeah.
Or this, or this, or this.
Yeah.
So if you like this card, you'd rather have this card.
Okay.
And then if you don't want this one, there's the Sanctuary Smasher, but I know you don't love this one as much.
He's that good.
Well, he has First Strike, so his toughness is irrelevant because he has First Strike.
Interesting. Okay.
Right? Like, it's not entirely irrelevant, but because if he comes across another First Striker, then they just trade. It's like regular combat damage at that point.
Yeah.
But he has First Strike, so he's going to hit first, and he has 6 power. So if he kills the opposing creature during First Strike damage, he doesn't take any damage in response. That's why the 4 toughness is somewhat less relevant. But it means that there is a red burn spell that does 4 damage. So he's more susceptible to burn than if he had 6 toughness.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, either...
Oops.
Okay, apparently that's a double click. That was a single click. Well, anyway, we took Helica. I mean, it's not a bad pick,
No,
right?
it's not.
There's a second Ominous Seas if we want it.
Yeah, we do.
Or there's Blade Banish. Exile target creature with power 4 or greater.
Ooh.
The problem with this card is it can sit in your hand if they're playing a bunch of small stuff.
Yeah.
There's another Light of Hope. There's a Frostveil Ambush.
Ooh.
And a Forbidden Friendship. But, I mean, so between Frostveil, Blade Banish, and Ominous Seas, which would you prefer?
Ominous Seas.
It's pretty good. Okay. This looks very similar to our the pack that we opened for pack 2. But we have Day Squad Marshal.
Yeah.
We have Vantasar, 3/6 for 6 or cycling of 1 if we have it early. Crustacean, Essence Scatter, Cathartic Reunion, discard 2 to draw 3. By the way, Ominous Seas loves this card, don't forget.
Oh.
And Prickly Marmoset for cares about cycling.
Oh boy.
What do we have for cycling? 1, 2, 3. Oh, both of the crystals. 4, 5, 6 on the coordinated charge. So.
I like Essence Scatter, but the Vantasaur is not as bad. This is like the first time I would have gotten a chance to play it.
Sure.
Because we really didn't play much white before.
Right.
Cathartic Reunion's pretty good.
You have to discard 2 cards.
Yeah.
That's the drawback.
Yeah. Essence Scatter.
Yeah?
Right?
That's fine. I have no problem with that pick.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Spontaneous Flight, Terran,
Oh.
Tranquil Cove.
Terran.
Okay.
Oh.
Avian Oddity,
We hardly ever see this card.
Blade Banish. Well, it's an uncommon.
Yeah.
Blade Banish, Anticipate, Dranith Stinger, which cares about cycling. Whenever we cycle a card, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. There's a Mysterious Egg that cares about mutating, and there's Raking Claws. Give something double strike for 2 or cycle it for 2.
And Avian Oddity
Can
cares
be
about cycling.
well, it's a 2/4 for 4 with flying, or we can cycle it for 2 and a blue, and when we cycle it, we can give something flying, put a flying counter on something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think it's between the Blade Banish and the Avian Oddity.
And I think the drawback to Blade Banish is still the drawback to Blade Banish.
Okay, so Avian Oddity then.
Very good. There's the counterspell,
Yeah.
the 3/1, the Phase Dolphin, the Goblin, the Raking Claws, or the Cathartic Reunion. But,
Neutralize.
yep, I agree. Neutralize, anticipate Raking Claws.
Neutralize again.
Yep. Terran, Shredded Sails. 1/4 Vigilance, Spontaneous Flight, Convolute.
Oh, Convolute.
Nothing.
Mutual Destruction.
Yep,
Because that's a good card.
sure is.
Even though we don't get to play it.
Your Crustacean. Sideboard's okay.
Yeah. With his little snail eyes.
Barrier Breach or Corpse Churn. We're playing
Barrier
neither.
Breach.
Okay. And a land. All right, pack 3. You ready?
Yeah.
Something good, right? Fingers
Yeah.
crossed. Let's open an on-color rare or mythic.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh my god, we can play it with its mutate cost.
Yeah. We totally can.
We have to take this card. Like, I don't
Okay.
care what else is in the pack.
Okay.
Do you know what this card does?
What does it do?
It's a 3/5 double strike,
Okay.
and whenever this creature mutates, it deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls, and you gain 4 life.
That's insane. Yes, we're taking that card.
Yeah, the only other, I mean, like, Pouncing Shore Shark is good, but we already have one, and it's not as good as this.
All right.
Pacifism hopefully comes back,
Okay.
but King Caesar is ours. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. All right, so we have Flourishing Fox. Whenever you cycle another card, put a +1/+1 counter on this, and it has cycling 1.
Oh, okay.
Splendor Mare, 3 mana 3/3 lifelink, or cycle it for 2, and when you cycle it, put a lifelink counter on something. And then Healer Cloud Piercer is of note. 4 mana for mutate for a 5/4 reach. Whenever this creature mutates, you may discard a card, and if you do, draw a card. So for me, Flourishing Fox, Splendor Mare, or Cloud Piercer.
I like Cloud Piercer or the Mare.
I think it's the Mare.
Okay.
I think this is a little expensive, and you have 2 5s here. This is
Oh, yeah,
technically 5 to mutate as well.
Yeah.
And then this is 5, although mutates for 4, and there's 2 6s here.
Yeah.
In fact, here's your curve right now, which is not... Oh, that's
It's not showing
graphical glitch there. There we go.
us. Oh. Our curve is essentially a straight line.
No, it goes up.
If I'm
and
looking
then
at
it's
just
this way.
creatures.
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the Mare, we said?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, this card's insane, but we're not in that color.
Giraffid.
Giraffid. Got
All
it.
right, what's this?
So, I don't like this card, but it's fine. 2 and a white for a 1/3 flyer. If non-combat damage would be dealt to it, prevent that damage, and put a +1/+1 counter on it for each 1 damage prevented this way. The reason this card is good is if you have burn spells, you try to burn it, it gets bigger, and then you can attack with a big flyer.
That's dumb.
Your opponent is not going to burn this card because they know what its ability is. So it's just a 1/3 flyer for 3, basically. Although you can mutate onto it and have a flyer, but that's kind of last-ditch resort. You have another first striker
Let's take him because I would have
or another Helica Glider.
I would have wanted to take him instead of the Helica Glider when
Last
we
time.
accidentally took the Helica Glider.
I mean, you say we. It was totally me, but that's fair. I did it. You never give me the respect I deserve.
Fight is 1. What is that?
So fight is 1 is 1 white for an instant. Choose 1 or both. Target human you control gets +1/+1 and indestructible, or target non-human you control gets +1/+1 and indestructible until end of turn.
I like that.
It's fine. We don't have any humans because we have a big mutate deck. So let me get rid of this Light of Hope. It's bothering me.
Well, who cares? It also targets non-humans.
Right. Oh, I lied. We have Jubilant Skybonder, and like the token that this makes can be humans as well. Yes, it targets non-humans. It's just that's fine. So you want the fight as 1? Because Lord Drakus, technically we could play for double red for mutate, but whenever it mutates, we return an instant or a sorcery from our graveyard to our hand, which in this deck will be counterspells since we have like 4 of them.
That actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, we've got another Terran, although we already have
I
two.
don't think we need that.
Solid Footing. Flash enchant creature for 1 white, +1/+1, permanently, because it's an enchant creature. As long as it has vigilance, it assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. We did not take any of the 3/6s, so this is not as good. And then there's the Marmoset, obviously, +2/+0 when you cycle, and it's 2/3 first strike. You like the fight as one? I didn't mean to try to talk you out of it. I just wanted you to be aware of the drawbacks. You like the Dracus?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's blue-red. I don't know why I said we could only do it for red-red. Obviously, we have blue, red, and white, so yeah. Okay. There's the Reptilian Reflection.
No.
The Snare Tactician. Whenever you cycle a card, tap target creature and opponent controls. The Cloud Piercer you were talking about.
Yeah.
There's Anticipate and Keep Safe. Cloud Piercer mutates for 4. It may say it's a 5-drop, but it mutates for 4.
And there's Anticipate. I don't think we've taken any Anticipate yet.
Correct. We have none.
I do like Anticipate.
Okay.
But there's Cloud Piercer.
Cloud Piercer's pretty good, yes.
He is cool.
Yeah. So you want this one? Because I think we'll see more Anticipates coming back than Cloud Piercers.
So too.
Although, if we don't get any, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
This has Reach as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow. Okay. Avian Oddity number 2. Neutralize number 3 of One Mind.
I think it's going to be of
Swiftwater
One Mind.
Cliffs, Raking Claws. You want of One Mind?
Yeah, because we already have Neutralize. We already have Avian Oddity.
Okay.
And we haven't taken any of One Mind yet, and
Yeah.
it's a really good card.
Correct.
It's like probably one of my favorites.
You think so?
Yeah.
For what it does, for its art, or both?
For what it does.
Sure.
I mean, its art is also cool.
That's why I asked. Okay, of One Mind it is. No problems with that. Okay. Escape Protocol. Whenever you cycle a card, you can pay 1. When you do, exile target artifact or creature you control, then return to the battlefield. You blink them. Footfall Crater number 2.
Ugh.
Turtle. Terran. Raking Claws. Tentative Connection. Tentative Connection is 3 and a red, or it can cost 3 less if we have a menace creature, which I don't believe we have any of those. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap it, it gains haste.
Protocol.
Yeah, even the protocol's probably not that great.
None of them are good.
No.
But Protocol, I think, is the one we pick.
Sure. We have Windscarred Crag.
Okay.
Egg.
Nah.
Pyroceratops.
Ugh.
Or Spontaneous Flight.
Crag. I don't know.
You got it. It's fixing. Nothing wrong with that. There's the Anticipate you wanted.
Yeah.
Because either that or the Cat or Blazing Volley. So Anticipate it is.
Anticipate.
Hampering Snare. Shredded Sails.
Hampering Snare.
Turtle.
Turtle.
Ooh. Terran. Solid Footing. Main Serval.
Ugh. I don't want any of these.
It's probably just Terran.
Fine, but we're not playing.
Got it. Anticipate.
Yeah.
Raking Claws.
Okay.
Land. Alright, let's make a deck. Alright, let's change our layout here and try to see with what we can work with. This is insane. I'm so glad we got this. In Limited, that's disgusting. I'm super happy. I think we get rid of this.
Yeah.
I don't want that. We can get rid of the turtle.
Yeah.
We can get rid of Escape Protocol.
Yeah. Hampering Snare.
Hampering Snare. Raking Claws. Mm-hmm. We need 9 more. It's not difficult. Wow, look at look at our lands. Ah! All right, so we take out the swamp. 11, 15, 16. So we need 1 more land. 1, 2. Well, let's finish taking stuff out first. Interesting. 8 cuts out of this? Oh, what about the crystals? Do we want to get rid of this one since it's part green and we don't need that?
Yeah.
But we need the red, the white, and the blue so we can keep this.
Okay.
Okay. Of our 5s, if we get rid of this, has cycling. This doesn't, but it mutates for 4. This mutates for 4. This mutates for 4. So they're all kind of the same thing. They just have different effects.
Do we need 3 Terrans?
No, and we can get rid of the Smasher as well, I think.
Really?
Well...
I liked him.
Okay. So maybe we get rid of 2 Terrans out of 3? Since we're keeping these 2 6-drops?
Yeah.
And this technically counts as a 5. Because we're mutating it. We're not using the black.
Yeah, that's true.
So its mutate cost is 5.
So we've got a lot of 5s.
Yes.
We should get rid of something.
Well, that's why I was saying we can get rid of this, but it has cycling.
Yeah.
So there's also the cloud, but then these 3 are arguably the same, except this one has the best ability, no question.
Okay.
It's got flash, and you can bounce something when it comes in, so you can do that at instant speed. You can mutate this onto something and bounce one of their things, and if you mutate this 4/3 onto, like, I don't know, this 1/1, right, then you just get them by blocking when they weren't anticipating it, and etc. This has reach, but then you can discard, and if you do, draw. And then this has vigilance, and when it mutates, we gain 4 life. So we don't have a ton of flyers. I mean, we have double Helica Glider and Jubilant Skybonder, which is good, don't get me wrong. And Avian Oddity, excuse me. So maybe we do have flyers. So maybe we don't need Cloud Piercer.
Cloud Piercer.
Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do we also get rid of Coordinated Charge? Right now, our curve is insane. We have 10 3-drops. 16 creatures and 12 non-creatures, which is not bad. I think with Lore Dracus, it'll be good because we have all these... we have a lot of instants and sorceries. We have a lot of counter spells, anticipates, swallow hole will be a nice thing to get back.
That's why I wanted it.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Instead of the other one that we were thinking.
Yeah.
Essence Scatter maybe comes out.
Well, that's a counterspell. Counter target creature.
I know, but how many do we need?
I mean, 4 is 4, I guess. Although, obviously, we're going to be trying to play creatures as well with what we have here, so okay. But...
Or we want to put that back in and take something else?
Take a Convolute out.
Okay.
Because this is cheaper. Will counter a creature, no question.
Okay.
Whereas this, if they have 4 more mana, you can't use it.
Okay.
And this counters, this counters, no question, and or has cycling.
Okay.
So, 3 more cuts.
Well, so you just took out the wrong one then.
I sure did, didn't I?
Yep.
Sorry. Thank you. Good eye. Appreciate that. So this counts as a 5, because it goes over here. This counts as a 3.
Yeah. I was just going to say we have a lot of 2-drops, but not really, because they're...
2 Ominous Seas, Essence Scatter, 2 Anticipate, and 3 Leosar.
Right, so it's 3 of these Leosaur things and 2 Ominous Seas. I was going to say we could get rid of the Garrison Cat, but I like having 1/1-drop.
Well, and with 1 Garrison Cat, the problem is with 1 Garrison Cat, it's awkward because you can't Lore Dracus onto it because you need blue and or red, and you will already have a single white on turn 1 for this, so it's physically not possible for you to have 2 blue or a blue and a red or 2 red on turn 2, but that's fine. And you also could, well, Leosar's 3 for mutate, or play it on 2 if you get a red. So you do Cat on 1, Leosar on 2, and then Dracus on 3, most likely.
Yeah.
But So maybe we ditch one of the 3 Leosars, though.
Okay, yeah, I don't think we need 3 of them.
I agree.
That seems over the top.
Yes.
And maybe we do take out the Smasher.
Okay. We need one more. I know what my vote's for, but I want to hear. Yeah.
What? Okay, fine.
All right, so let's count up pips because we need one more land. Oh, we need one more land. So we need one more cut. Right? So this is 11, 15, 16. Yeah, we need one more land. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 17 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's hard to evaluate.
I will say, looking at this, that the only red we actually have is that Leosaur and the Dracus.
And King Caesar.
And King Caesar, but yeah. That's true. We do need the red for him.
Correct.
Fuck.
Yep.
Because I was going to say, like, are the Leosaurs that important? Because we don't even necessarily need to play the red for the Dracus if we just mutate it, right? But for King Caesar, we need to have the red.
We need a single red.
Yeah. Okay, so never mind. Forget I said it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because if we take out both of these, okay, we still have the crystal and the crag as red sources for King Caesar and or Lord Dracus if it comes up, but we don't need it for Lord Dracus. And then we can put in, we need one more land still, so we would probably take out that, and then we have 11, so we need 6 more. So we put in, I guess if we go land, suggest lands. All right, so they put in 2 swamps, 2 mountains, so we take those out, and then we just put in 2 more of each of these, I guess. Which I guess is easier to do this way. 1, 2, 1, 2.
But then we still have one more card to put back.
Correct. So we get rid of that. So yeah, we have one more card to put back, but we could put back the convolute now. Or the coordinated charge.
Yeah.
Or a second Terran.
I was just gonna say that, yeah.
So what are you feeling? You want the Terran?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
How much is the convolute?
3.
Ah.
I think the Terran's better. We can give it hexproof, don't forget. And so it's a very good mutate target. Because then they can't do anything to it.
Yeah, but it costs 6.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. So then convolute's 3. Hampering snare is 2, technically, cycle 2. But if you want a cycling card, coordinated charge is probably your best bet there.
I don't want a cycling card. I want a card that is useful without me having to cycle it.
So then convolute?
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's the deck. Swallow Hole is currently our art. Do we want to make Snapdax our art?
No, the Leosaur. He was our MVP that we're not playing, so
fair enough.
Gets the box.
All right. This is going to be interesting. I won't lie to you. It might be tough, but we will give it a try in the next video. So definitely stay tuned. Look, it thinks we're playing 4 colors. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, and we're hardly playing 3.
Yeah. So, thank you all so very much for watching. We really do hope that you enjoyed. Please leave your thoughts down in the comments below. And as always, what we've been doing with these drafts, or as we've been doing with these drafts recently, I should say, vote or put down below your prediction for our record with this deck. What do you think? What do you think this deck will do now that you've seen it? You've seen us draft it. Hopefully you've seen us drafting previously in other decks that we've had, other decks that our opponents have had. How do you think this deck will hold up against some of those others that we've come across? We would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. commenting like that, liking the video, subscribing, ringing the bell for notifications, checking out our other channels and series. We really do appreciate any and all support because that does really help us out a lot. We are a small family of channels here, and so really any and all support helps and goes a long way. So, for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe.
And I'm Mimi.
And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.